Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. Gary Waterman here, former police officer and a Christian, recent Christian, or maybe not recent now, because it's been for like 4 or 5 years. Anyway, update for you in relation to the child protection concerns and this particular child. I'm going to show you a document and then a video of a phone call that was made earlier today, which is the 20th, at least it's the 20th or 21st?
20th.
20th.
Yeah.
20th of March. Okay, so let me show you that now. Now, I've still had no contact from the police whatsoever. Hopefully you've all seen the video of the call that was made. I was told that the officer in the case would contact me so that I could provide the evidence that I've had. Bearing in mind I'm a former police officer and I have very grave concerns about this child and also the wider implications of what appears to be evidence to suggest that the care service is connected to a unfortunately a trafficking ring, child trafficking ring. So anyway, I've been in touch with the family almost every day, and having spoken to them and seen particular evidence of this case, I am very concerned about the child in this situation. Okay, and this is a contract, so we've still not got no response. The family's still not getting a response from the police. They've basically said they're not doing anything. The police haven't even contacted me. Everyone around the care of this child appears to link through to this child trafficking network very quickly. So we're now having to escalate things. Okay, so this is a contract that the one of the family members has been offered to sign, and according to them, they have told me that they have been informed by the councils and the solicitor for the council, the Isle of Wight solicitor. Okay, you can see it's got Isle of Wight on the top there. That if they do not sign this, then they will no longer be able to have access to that child. It is ridiculous because if you look at this contract, there is nothing really in there that suggests that these measures are there to prevent any risk to the child. All it appears to be, to me, being fully aware of significant information about the case that I can't disclose, is that it appears to be trying to cover up serious concerns about what may be happening to that child in care. So this is that contract. Now, this was written by a solicitor, I'm told, a Mr. Matthew Drake, who works for Isle of Wight Council, and we'll come on to him in a minute. But if we look at this, I've redacted it, obviously, just to redact the name so we don't disclose personal details of who it relates to. But one of the things that struck me on this was this condition here, which, or condition, I suppose, or regulation they want to impose, is that the family member who's concerned is not allowed to take any photographs of the child with clothes off. Now, this is very relevant because I've seen the evidence, I've seen the information, and that information and evidence are photographs that appear to show injuries to areas of the body that are not consistent with normal injuries on a child, shall I say. Okay, so this very clearly appears to be an attempt. Now, bearing in mind, I've contacted the police and said, look, I have evidence in relation to this case. The family have contacted the police. They've said they're not doing anything else. It appears as though they were trying to omit certain information from the court case, okay, which may undermine the safety of the child in that situation. So it all appears to be an attempt to try and cover up what may or may not have happened to that child. So I thought, okay, I'll discuss this with the family, and we thought of the best way to proceed. So we thought I would contact the solicitor that wrote this document. Okay, so the family member concerned wrote a email to the solicitor. This is the solicitor here. Now, I'm not saying Mr. Drake is involved in anything untoward, okay, but the family member wrote an email, which I've seen, requesting and giving the consent that I can speak to this solicitor on their behalf. Bearing in mind, I've got lots of evidence around this case, and on a wider scale in relation to the care service system. So we agreed that I would call the solicitor and just discuss the contract that they're trying to impose on this family member. So that's what we did. So I'm going to play you, so you can see this gentleman, Mr. Drake, works for the Isle of Wight Council. Okay, he's in the Areas of practice is administrative, children and public law, and licensing and gaming and betting. So I'm going to play the video of that call now.
You have the right to speak to him about, and that's all that he would say to me with regards to the matter.
Sorry. So you're the Isle of Wight counsel, aren't you? Is that right?
Yep, I work in the contact centre, and I spoke to Mr. Drake, and that's what he said to me. He knew who you were off of the back. I would take it of the email that you sent through earlier.
Yeah.
And his words to me, please, I'm only in the middle of that, just passed across what he said to you, said to me, but he said unfortunately he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't be able to speak to you about that particular matter.
So even though the family have sent an email to him giving me consent to speak to them, he's refusing to speak to me about this case. This is the solicitor, is it, Mr. Drake?
Yes, that's the man. He said that all I can do, he'd given me no explanation. He just said he's unable to speak to you about that particular matter. So yeah, he just asked that I tell you that.
Did he say why?
He gave me no further information. He just said that but obviously again, I probably wouldn't be allowed to be told any details of particular cases, but he said it's a case that he has no right to speak to you about.
Right, okay, well he's not helping things there then. Okay, thank you very much. And what was your name, please?
My name's Stuart.
Thank you.
In the contact centre.
Thank you, Stuart, and it's now the 20th of March. Thank you very much, Stuart.
All right, thanks, Al.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.
So as you've just heard, they wouldn't even speak to me. Now, I could have had any information, okay? I could have been providing my concerns about the family or the services, but a genuine solicitor would certainly at least listen to what somebody had to say. They might not be able to provide any information, but if a genuine solicitor had concerns about that child, you would listen to what someone had to say. Now, this has only emphasised and highlighted how seriously concerning this is, along with all of the other information surrounding this case. It's unfortunately just made things even worse, particularly as the family had provided consent in writing in an email for me to be able to contact the solicitor and discuss or at least present my concerns in relation to what's going on with this child. But there you go. So but there are some really positive things happening. I can't discuss them at the moment, disclose them at the moment, but there is some positive information coming through in relation to this case. And there's lots of things, as you're aware, going on in relation to the international fraud that connects through to this case, and also the wider situation that appears to suggest there's an international trafficking ring linked through to this as well. So I'm still really, really hopeful. I'll keep you updated as soon as I can. I'm in touch with the family almost every day, and let's see how this goes. God bless. Bye.